Well, good morning, everyone. I know we're not in our usual exterior look. Internet is running weird here in the St. Louis area, not just here, but all over the area. Um, wow. Hopefully, Spectrum, I will name them out, comes in. And hang on a second. What the heck was that message? All right. Okay, looks like we won't be on VATSIM. Try that again. I thought I got everything. Guess not. It's not allowing me to connect. Okay, well, looks like this is going to be an interesting stream, and you know what? I think I'm just going to terminate this because this is just not working at all. I'm not even sure how well we're getting out on the internet. Let me check here. That so far we're batting 100 on applications I use not working. Well, it appears to be working. I got audio as well. So, interesting. Interesting indeed. Gonna try reapplying. All right, now we connected. Okay, I guess that did it. Let's see how we're, maybe that, no, that's definitely not causing the issue. Okay. Wow. Let me try one other application that we were having troubles with. I mean, if this one doesn't work, it's not a showstopper. But boy, it would sure be. Oh, it worked. All right. We're up on it. Cool. Maybe. Maybe. I'm just going to say maybe. All right. Hang on. Let me just fully test it out. All right. That's a good sign. All right. We're up and running. We're on VATSIM for the moment. I don't know for how long. And we'll see how this all transpires. Like I said, the internet issue going on at our house. Hey, Frankie Sim, welcome. It's going great, minus the internet troubles we're having. But you know, hey, if that's all that's going on in life that's making it rough, darn, we'll just have to enjoy life without it. I know a lot of people would love to. All right, but hey, welcome in, Frankie. Glad to have you in here. Haven't seen you in a couple days, but glad to see you here. Let's get going. First off, we are in. Welcome to Flying with Mike. What a way to intro the stream. Oh, internet, internet, internet. Without the internet, we couldn't have Flying with Mike. Class A lurker. Awesome. Awesome. A Class A lurker. Love it. Love it. Love it. Is there a license for that like Class A truck drivers? Anyway, card carrying holder. All right, so we're flying for Allegiant Airlines today. Now, I do not fly with any airline associated with them directly. What I mean by that is a VA named Allegiant. Oh, excuse me. However, I do fly for Millennium Aviation, and they have a whole bunch of airlines for you. And I don't mean to, well, it is to choose from, but you're not flying for them. You're flying for Millennium. When you bid on a flight, you're bidding on the flight, potentially the airline that it's with, potentially, and all of that. But overall, you're still under a Millennium. Mac Air is your um, user ID. You're not AAY for Allegiant or THA for Thai or CPA for Cathay. You're still Mac Air. Um, but they are such a great airline. Formed by a guy by the name, well, his call sign, Captain Mac. You might know that on YouTube a few years back. He used to put a lot of videos out. Life, as with all of us, life has uh, challenges, and he hasn't been able to here in a while. We look forward, but understand how life goes. Trust me, do I understand? Um, However, quick aside here. Little does he know, he was one of those who didn't even realize he was instrumental in helping me push the button to go live. So you can blame him. No, seriously. But serious. And you know what? I'm going to say this with all honesty. I have actually enjoyed these 4.5 years streaming. Um, Live streaming here on Twitch, and many of you see this on the YouTube upload that I do at the end. Today, fingers crossed, we'll do it right, and we'll actually have two videos. So, out of this, one to Peoria, one to Nashville. All right, enough talking aside. Again, Allegiant is who we're flying for. ToLiss A319 is what sits on the line. We're going from Sanford. Now, this is one of the Orlando airports. You have Orlando that everyone loves to fly into. And then you have the other airport, Sanford. And it's north of Orlando. I do not know. I'll be honest, I don't even know if the Disney amenities we had back in 2005, I think it was, or six, are still in play. Where when you show up to the uh, ticket agent at the departing airport, you hand your bags, you have a special tag on it. You don't see your bag till you get to your room, to your hotel room, or your stateroom on a cruise with Disney. It was the coolest thing. However, we didn't get to take advantage of it. Compliments of, well, going to Orlando in January, St. Louis, and well, St. Louis is notorious for winter. And just like a few weeks ago, winter hit the area really hard. But then a couple days later, a second ice storm was approaching, and the airlines were giving us the option to go early. We took it, so we couldn't take advantage of it because we were going to a hotel off the Disney site and then going. Oh well, but we did get to take advantage of it on the way back. So, and as many of you know on cruises, the last day of the cruise, the last night is always the saddest because you see everybody's bags lined up outside their staterooms so they can gather them up for customs. So, Anyway, the same thing happens. They'll take them from your stateroom to the airport, to the literally to the plane, and then you reunite with them at the airport, your final at. So anyway, I don't know how all that works with Sanford. I would assume it does, and I would assume if Disney still has the buses and all, they shuttle back and forth from here to the resorts. But again, check with Disney. Don't check with Flying with Mike. I don't know. I haven't been there since 2006. So, and I can't afford to go back there. So, um, I got to have the whole neighborhood's arm and leg just to get the airline ticket to get there. Oh, just kidding. So, let alone what it costs to get into the parks. All right, so let's get going. All right, so we're at gate 8, flight 1200, and we're heading to Peoria, Illinois. We're going back to winter. You'll kind of see that in our loadout sheet. Hang on. First off, let's get back in the cockpit. And let's pray for a pretty decent ride today, folks. Way this internet's going, you never know. All right, so we're in the cockpit. Let's pull Sim Brief real quick. Walk through, or Sim Toolkit through Sim Brief. Currently, we are on VATSIM. All right, so we'll have Memphis at this time. Not much activity. Usually at Sanford, there isn't much activity. Newsflash. Last couple of months, I think winter season, maybe summer, they have started flying back into MCO, Orlando. So there are some Allegiant flights now working back out of there. Not many, but there are a few. Not us today. All right, loadout for today. As I said, you will find it real quick. They don't want to leave Florida. I don't blame them. It's cold again up here. 28,380 pounds of payload. Only 129 people. I'm not going to say want to come back, are coming back. Many are not wanting to. Not after the kickstart we had to this winter. I'll take it back. We had a really good start to winter in December. January was woo. And now February's been pretty decent, and it's about to go south for the winter. And winter is on its way back. So again, 28,380 on the payload, 129 people. Block fuel, 19,052 pounds. I think we have more than that loaded. And you know what? I want to know who the prankster was that in Europe that said, you know what, you guys in the U.S. need flight plans as long as ours. Because that's what we got here. In all humor there, guys. I about died laughing when I saw this. I went, here I am talking about the U.S. and how we don't have armloads worth of fixes in our flight plans. And what do I have? An entire flight plan of nothing but fixes from SimBrief. Oh, that was great. Cost index 30 for today and 38,000. With all the troubles going on, I did not put the route in the chat room. There it is. We'll be taking off 27 right. And up in Peoria, I think we'll be landing 31. I haven't really checked how the runways stack up there. All right, for the weather here in Orlando, not bad, 80 degrees. Winds are out of the west-southwest at about 240 on the compass and 7 knots on the speed. 240 at 7. We're 10 miles clear, and hey, you know what? Beautiful day, 80 degrees. You did see, Frankie's telling me he did a flight in Norway. Ooh, took the SR-22 out. Ooh. Oh, on the first leg of a round the world trip. Whether, well, yeah, I think when you look up in a dictionary or a thesaurus, when you see Norway, it says horrible weather. No, actually, I've seen some really beautiful weather up there. But yeah, wow, I'll bet the weather was horrible though. We're sending you more. But you're going around the world in it. That's awesome. Ooh, I'm trying to figure out how you're going to do some of those legs, but hopefully there's an aircraft carrier in the area. Flying the fjords and saw nothing. Yeah, that ice system was probably working pretty good, though, I'll bet, Frankie. It's definitely going to take some planning. You're right. I can see parts of it, but then you get, well, you actually could by hopping Japan across through the Aleutians down the south inside passage of Alaska. You could. The tough part will be no, I think it's still close enough to go from Canada to Greenland to Iceland and down. Wow, that's actually awesome. Now you might need to place an aircraft carrier somewhere in the area, but just for safety, make sure you put an arresting hook on it. But anyway, actually, you may not need it on a carrier. But anyway, so that's the weather in Sanford. Now you see why many of them don't want to go back to Peoria. It's actually a nice little town, but winds are out of the northwest at 10, gusting to 19. Already feels cold just saying that. And 10 miles visibility. Oh, great. Overcast, 1,300 feet. Yay, we're going to be doing some instrument flying ourselves. And the temperature there, for those of you in the Celsius world, it is -1. Us in the Fahrenheit world means 30 degrees. Brr. Hey, it's only 7 degrees warmer down here, so it's still no better in St. Louis than Peoria. However, we do have some snow, accumulating snow in the forecasts. Yippee. Hopefully not as bad. All right, so that takes care of the pre-brief, and let's get this thing going. I have already loaded the aircraft with the peoples and all of that good stuff, so we just got to get right in on it. I'm going to first release our... Oh, I went the wrong way. Sorry, folks. Our caterers. We'll kind of watch that for a little bit. It's always neat to watch the animations that happen in the flight sim. All right. And we'll get in here and start up our job. All right, so let's get to work, shall we? Clear and clear. Let's get up top, turn off those fuel pumps for the moment, even though they should have been off while fueling. Yeah, you know. Purser. All right, where's my volume? Oh, actually, I should have heard that. Oh, I know why I didn't. Got to turn ground control on. There we go. All right, so I put the system up here to the status. A lot of times we can't. I don't know how this changes. I don't know what the name of it is. As I really would like this on all of my planes. I really prefer this. All right, so I'm just kicking over here. All right, so the fuel pump's fueled. Light check. Okay, all the lights are on here. Lights are on. Eddie Murphy skit. Okay, and just to make sure, good. All right, let's go back up, turn those off. And, oh, I should have checked while I was down here. Flaps are down, or flaps are up, and spoilers not armed. We're unlocked on the door. Got our squawk, which probably will change. Okay, and good. Landing gear down, 3 green, that's good. On bat. And off, align on bat. Shame on me, shame on me, shame on me. Okay, and Apu. Okay, go ahead, start. All right, let's get to work. All right, let me bring charts in here, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here. All right, this is the terminal here in Sanford. We're going to click init and init request. Should be getting the available here in a minute. There we go. Let it settle down. Go up here real quick. Okay. All right, now we can proceed. All right, we have 7 minutes, as you see right here in the ECAS that I brought up that you can't see. Hang on. Right there is 7 minutes. All right, so for this, make sure everything looks good, 1200. Okay, we know the coordinates may be wrong. That's why we brought this page up. Gate 8, so you can see where we are. We're up here. 2846.6 north. 2846.6. Use the up-down arrows. Line select over, so you have the up-down arrows on longitude. 8114.6 west longitude. I said it wrong. So it's 2846.6 north latitude, 8114.6 west longitude. Now, we need to go up. So just make the number go up to 6. 5 through 9, 14.6, 81, 14.6, 28. All right, and align, grab our wind, return. Okay. 39, I don't think was our 30 was. So let's put 30 in. Everything else looks good. Gonna go to the next page. Instead of how many of the flight plan or checklists will say rad nav, then you go here. I figure I'm here. Let's do it already. So let's come over here. Look at our EFB. 118.4, 118.4, 28.6. Hey, that one's good. 19.2. Make that block fuel 19.2. Everything looks good. Great. Let's go to takeoff performance. And we'll head back over here. Oh, you didn't get to see a lot of that. Sorry. But anyway, what we were doing was basically verifying zero fuel weight CG, block fuel, and the rest. F plan. All right, now I know there's a departure out of here, but first, 240 at 727 right. So basically our taxi will go something to the neighborhood of Charlie, Romeo. That's a weird taxi. We'll cross over 1836 to Bravo to the end. 27 right, 10,000 feet long. Now let's look at this departure. All right, basically it's a straight out departure. And we're going to a fix called worms. All right, well, we'll just do it. Plan the Sanford 1 departure. And then we'll just go direct worms when told. Pretty simple, pretty easy departure. Okay, you can see that right here. And if you read the directions over here, climb heading 275, top altitude, so 2,000 feet. And that could be what they put us at. That really could be. All right, and then where is worms, come to think of it? So we're going to fly out here and then basically go direct worms. So let's add it to the route. There's our METAR. We don't have any ATIS yet. And we're pretty much getting there ready to go. Now, we're not going to close this off yet. Matter of fact, we probably won't. Oh, this cold's still kicking my butt. Sorry, folks. All right, so what I'm going to do here is get rid of charts. Blow this up so you can see it. We're going to just step through the flight plan real quick. All right, so worms. And for Boeing, I know you click here. For Airbus, you use the up-down arrows. JEEMY, ACCHE. And what we're doing is we're watching our nav display here, looking for discontinuities, problems, possible missing things, potential if you're typing these in, the fix being couple of hundred, couple of thousand miles away from where you're wanting it to be. Hang on a second. Sorry about that, folks. All right, so you saw us get all the way up. Oh, hang on. And I said, now I do know. Procter & Gamble, you owe me a lot of money for all the tissues I've gone through. Where the heck is the terminal? Oh, there it is. It's right here. Wow. Kind of, let's bury that in there. So we're going to be landing on 3-1, 10,000 feet. That's cool. All right. So with that information, let's get rid of this. Now we can go and get our approach. Hey, look, there's a ILS. I think we'll fly the ILS because of the low ceiling. Now, the trick here is which so what I do is I pull up the chart. Let's go to here. And when we look at it, actually, no, we're not doing that. Belay that. We're going to go straight to the final. There, that's better. All right, so now you can see how that closed that up. That just made one decision easier for us. Granted, this could change in flight. Let's just be real. So, and if it does, we'll come back, click, I'll show you here. Arrivals, we planned ILS 3-1. VIAs, no star, no VIA, no transition, insert. So from XC to McKitty, we will most likely go direct. We could have center in play here, so that's why I'll leave it. And then Pi, and then Peoria looks good. All right, so nice little tool here. Also, it can tell you your alternate O'Hare. I think we all know where that is. Chicago, if you did. All right, so let's finish it off. McKinty. Oh, wait, let's dial down. Pia, or Pi. There's Pia, which is Peoria. And then our run to the alternate, we hold at the Peoria VOR. And then to get from Peoria up to O'Hare, we go to Bedford. Probably join the Bedford arrival for 28, 27. I don't know. Really don't know what they'd put us on. But that's it, folks. In a nutshell, that's the route. Okay, back to F plan. Do a RadNav check. Looks good. Perf. And we're ready to go. All right, so perf. All right, so we've got it now. Reset. Always hit reset. You never know, especially like when we get to Peoria and start planning out Nashville, hit reset and it'll reset to what you are. Now, winds are not right. We know that. Currently 290. At 8. Oh, wow. Oh, that's down here, not up there. Temperature here. Oh, I'm looking. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I'm looking in the wrong place. 240. At 5. Oh boy, we're having internet issues. I can tell you right now, we're having to re-sign into NavGraph to get SimLink working. Too many times. All right, hang on. We're going to do this. Close out just on the outside chance. There we go. All right, so we were saying... All right, hang on. I'm going to have to restart a program. All right, we're having definitely internet issues right now. Where'd it go? Uh-oh. Be the last time I sign into it. If it doesn't work this time, okay, we're not worrying about it. I'm done. I'm just not taking the distraction. The only thing we've lost is the ability to, follow the route. That's it. Okay, so we said 240 at 5. Not playing the game, folks. Temperature here 27, barometer 3018. We got a dry runway. We're going to run out of here with the anti-ice off, probably turn it on up in Peoria. However, we are going to run with the air conditioning on and switch it to heat when we get up there. All right, so if we flex at 68 degrees, flaps 1, this is what we're looking at. 108 will give us 6,800 feet of runway. 141 will give us 2,254 feet to stop the plane. So that's actually pretty good. We're going to run with it. So come over to the FMC, click, and set it up properly. 30.221, 240, diagonal 5 for the wind, dry runway. We're going to keep this as is. I screwed it up last time. Don't worry about flex just yet. Click. Now you could click receive takeoff now, but I wait for the message. There it is. Clear received. Okay, so this is if we go max what's called TOGA. 135 up with one notch of flaps. That's what we'll get. We're going to flex though. So we click flex here. Now you see 68. All our information looks good. We'll change how we want for our V1 and rotate. We'll just click insert now. All right, I'm going to go actually about 135. So that'll put us maybe about 2,500 to 3,000 feet with max braking to stop. Okay, we're set to go via this, the McDo. I hope you all are ready to go. I'm going to drop down real quick. Get rid of our loaders because we're ready to go. Believe it or not, we are ready to go. All right. While we're waiting on them to clear out, okay, air conditioning panel is set. Cross bleed is auto. We can run normal with the light low. Well, no, we're actually kind of. Forget we're in an A319, not a 320. So 129 people. You know, that isn't too bad when you think it's only 20 or so people not on the plane. All right, we're on APU. So we'll come off the external power. And strobes are set to auto in case I forget. Nav 2, seatbelts, and landing elevation auto. Fuel pumps fire warning, and we're ready for the push. All right, let me see what's going on down in the Orlando area. Looks good. All right, let's take a peek outside. So basically, like I said, we'll taxi down, come up to Romeo and over on Bravo. Here we go. All right, I'm going to close the main door.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
All right, as you heard, she's pulling up. We're going to taxi out. Now I'm wondering, I would love to fly a flight into Sanford, just to see if they push and stay within the movement, non-movement area, and then taxi out. Just curious. I can make better pushback do that. So
Okay. All doors
here we
and
go.
hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Cleared to connect. Face us east. So what I'm saying is, I'm wondering, in the real world of Allegiant, if they push them over to like here, and then they can stay out of the non-movement area. Huh. Curious. I don't know. I'll be honest, I do not know the answer to that. Maybe someone in the audience from the Orlando, Sanford area may know. Another neat tidbit about Sanford, if you're into
Tow connected and
trains,
bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
the auto train for Amtrak goes here. What that is basically is a train, just like you would normally see passenger wise. However, It also has several, and of course, going to Florida back and forth, a lot of auto racks carrying the passengers' cars back there down to Florida. So the snowbirds have their vehicles to drive around, or Joe Schmo and Miss Sixpack, can go down and they have their car with them instead of having to rent.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Still not liking this. I don't ever remember the plane rocking like it does. Oops, forgot to move the jetway. Yeah, I definitely think I could. Oh well. Anyway, you just get permission from Tower to push back onto Charlie and you'd be fine anyway. All right, let's start cranking them up.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
All right, we just got the available. Okay, we're just waiting on it to spool up. Welcome aboard Flying with Mike. I've been in the flight sim industry since 99 and flying 98 or 2000. Been in it since then, switched over to 2020 or to X-Plane in 2020. Wasn't very pleased with what I was seeing in the streamers of the time showing of the new product, and X-Plane looked phenomenal. So we made the switch. Compliments of Hawker prodding me, Captain Mac, who runs Millennium Aviation, unknowingly helping to prompt me to stream, all started at about the same time. So welcome aboard. I love flying these aircraft. I do have a private pilot's license. Don't hold that against me as I fly, because it's been since the 80s since I flew. Welcome aboard. All right, so we have both engines up and running. All right, so let's get the bleed off. Come down here, get the spoilers armed. What you're looking for is that white rim. Flaps 1. Rudder trim set. And then we'll come up here, shut down the APU. Pitot heat is good. And tell the flight attendants, if they have it, arm the slides. And are they going to do it? Who knows? Doesn't even really register back there. And then we'll put this TARA. Nose wheel light elapsed time. Max on the brakes. And lastly, let's go to F, and we need 0.4. Okay, and at the same time, I check my surfaces. And I kind of do it the old SATEC way. When you would click that calibration tool, I would, you have to go 4 on all of your axis. That's what I'm doing. It's just an old habit. Old dog can't be taught a new trick there. Also making sure it centers. Okay, verified flaps are at 1. All right, we are ready to rock and roll here, folks. Terrain on. Weather radar's on. Auto brake max. Everything else set, ready to go. Okay. And our test looks good. Here we go. All right, well, we just lost our microphone somehow. Found it. Sanford traffic, Legion 1200 taxiing to 27 right for departure. I forget which sim it was, but there used to be, I guess, like a great, well, there it is, kind of like a graveyard of aircraft in one area, a couple of graveyards. I can't think of Florida being an area for a graveyard, considering you usually want it dry air, so preserve as much as long as possible. Okay, crossing 18. So yeah, we're still, by the way, those just tuning in, we are having area-wide internet issues here in St. Louis. So for some of you who may be watching us here in St. Louis, that's why you're seeing all the troubles with Spectrum. Um, Not sure what the cause is. I'm sure they'll never fess up to it. Um, or they'll pull out their little book. Let's see, what reason today? But anyway, just so you know, we could have some issues on this stream today. We're going ahead with it, but we have been running into a lot of issues. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that forward. I have not restarted the computer yet. Um, we'll see if it's that, how bad it is in Peoria. I just might. Sanford traffic, Allegiant 1200 departing 27 right, Sanford 1. Speaking of which, let's make sure. And I don't know how I did. I think I did that once before, and I'll show you what I found. If you didn't follow me in the stream, I'll walk you through it real quick. Get up here to the hold line. I want to make sure everything's good. Okay, got the brakes. All right. With ToLiss, with many of them, okay, always, and I'll be doggone, that's what it is. Shouldn't though, but it is. Okay, so when you use call, or I'm sorry, not call, mechanic or attendant, you lose the call feature here. And that has to be on. If it's not, why it's triggering it off, I don't know. But check that. That's what it was for me. Okay, let's go. Timer is got used to it being over here in the 3:30. It's over here now. 8 minutes. Let's go. All right, push it up. LS. On the outside chance we have to come back. All right, everything looks good. Cabin's ready. Auto's ready. 50%. Flex. Okay, SRS and runway green, armed, climb, and nav. .80 knots. Okay, going direct. And there we go. Now, I heard someone say there is a different way I can go direct. And I think they were joshing me. All right, sorry about that, folks. Trying to, and I know Memphis probably wasn't even probably using it, but oh, we thought we'd try. All right, 10,000 feet. There we go. Okay, we're crossing Worms and headed for our next fix. All right, it's Friday Eve, folks. Hope you all have a great Friday and weekend planned ahead. Right now, the temperature was actually rising last night, and now we're back down into the 30s. So who knows what this roller coaster will lead to. But all I have heard for St. Louis, let me make some of the weather guessers are saying measurable snow Sunday, Monday. I haven't been on the authoritative weather site yet, Facebook, to find out what the forecasts are. So, all right, let me set this up. We're on weather and TCAS. All right, we're set up for weather 80 miles out. I actually don't know of any between us and Peoria other than a band of snow north of them. So yeah, pretty nice flight today, barring the internet. Excuse me. And now it works. Oh, you gotta love the internet. Love to hate it. All right. Well, I'm gonna sit back, listen to y'all. I'm actually in Discord. If anyone wants to join, just be respectful. Yeah, most kiddies would be in school and all, but I personally don't like the trash language. So kind of, check yourself at the door coming in if you so choose. I'm doing my normal take a look around where people are flying to look. Oh, there's something I didn't think of here lately. Huh. I love looking at where other streamers are flying, destination wise, and then not that I want to follow them. Oh, interesting channel here on one gentleman's Discord. Interesting. All right, helps to not be muted. There we go. All right, I'm up and running, and like I said, we are on Discord. Feel free if you want, come aboard, talk. Um, I am gonna set something up here, but welcome aboard. All right, looking at our flight, we're about we're through 24 for 38 and about a 2 hour ride up there. So we'll see how that works out. Y'all enjoy. Like I said, I'll be here. I'm also in Discord if you want to chit chat there. And look forward to talking with some of you. All right. Well, since we've got about an hour and 50 minutes to go, let's get a fun fact. All right. According to Nightbot, cotton candy was originally invented by a dentist. Fact checkers. Isn't that interesting? If it at that one, I'm going to have to fact check. Sorry. He was a dentist. Wow. What a way to keep clientele. Make something that'll tear your teeth apart. So it is true. Cotton candy was actually invented by a dentist. I fact checked it. And no, I did not use Facebook for that. Although that would have been a good fact checker. Oh, speaking of which, let me get over here and see if I got anything for weather. I know points west of us are curious. Uh-oh, we've had an earthquake. Hang on. Ooh. Wow. Whole bunch of earthquakes, many pre and after quake shocks. 5.2 last night. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I guess this evening, 5 minutes ago. At 9:09. I don't know if it's 9 o'clock there. You guys in Europe would have to help me out on that one. But yeah, they've had Santorini had an earthquake there in Greece. And I know that there is one of those, I believe they classify as a supervolcano in the area. Possibly where the legend of Atlantis comes from, when it blew back 1,000 or 2,000 years ago. Wow. 5.2 tremors. 5.3 actually is what they're showing on the map. Wow. Oh, and then scroll to the next page, Skagway. And yes, I remember a look just like that. Boy, that was cool seeing the cruise ship with that big mountain right behind it. All right. Doesn't look like any quick weather to be found. Okay, yeah, I'm not seeing anything quick, so I'm not going to go to our news sites looking it up. Just know, oh, traffic coming in off our nose. A Delta flat. Delta. Delta is headed. Ooh, for some rum down in Jamaica. No wonder he's in a hurry. Or she. Enjoy the ride, Delta. And we're just about to our cruise altitude. So I'm going to go ahead and kick off the wing lights, even though On a day flight, it really does not hurt. At night, a lot of pilots turn off the wing lights, so it doesn't shine in the windows below the, they're below the windows, so that light doesn't bother the passenger, um, even though their shades are down still. So let's see. So our fun fact for today, and has been verified. I went and checked the authoritative internet sites. Cotton candy was invented by a dentist. That is how you keep clientele. All right, as we reach top of climb here, we're about an hour and 45 minutes out, so a little under 2 hours. We'll be in the Peoria area. Now, I don't think we visited Peoria on stream at all. I've been in there a couple of times with a variety of aircraft. C-130, I think I've been in there with. Back in the century of flight days, Embrias, they had a pretty good Embraer set up there, free. And I'm talking 135, 140s with TWA. And maybe 737 or something like that, but not 100% sure. So, speaking of Peoria, gonna go ahead. I was really hoping for a gate chart. Ah, they're not giving us. They're not giving us one. Oh well. We'll live. We have the internet for that. KPIA. And we'll go to Google Map. I have no idea where Allegiant's going to park. I think it was gate 10. Huh. And I say that because I look at the way this terminal's laid out. I'm wondering if I know another airport aiming for this look. Huh, interesting. Well, we'll go to our FlightAware page. And gate 10. Where's my pen? There it is. All right, so gate 10. Tell me where gate 10 is. Right there on the end. Got it. Okay. All right. So we've got that plugged in. We know we're going to gate 10. Let me just fix one other site. All right. Awesome. We got all of that squared away. So we're on our way. Thank you for being a part, flying with Mike. And I hope you enjoy the ride into Peoria. Hope you all have had a wonderful week and enjoy the flight. Matt 1997 Air asking which Airbus? The A319-112 to be exact. And I'll give one little hint. Unfortunately, Allegiant's one of those oddball airlines, so to speak. Telltale sign of an A319. Again, Allegiant's one of them. There are a couple of others. There would only be one door over the wing. Allegiant put two. Same with the A321. Now, the A321 looks like, in essence, a very long tube. But the A320 and the A319, you catch them right, you're not certain which one you're looking at. And it gets kind of fun, especially if they have two doors. Believe me, I have mistaken them so many times sitting on the ramp at that airport. So just, yeah. No overwing exits. I'm going to have to look. Huh. I thought they had at least one door over the wing. But they could have regular doors leading up to it and after the wing, too. But that's interesting. No overwing, because, huh. Now, another fun fact. So the Neo has one, but the regular only the exit doors. Huh. Very interesting information coming in. Thank you, Matt, for sharing. Um, one thing to note, you might be seeing them out in your neck of the woods if you see Allegiant. They have been flying the 737 Maxes. Um, um, Peoria gets them. I know the airport I worked at is now seeing them occasionally. They don't have many. I know Harrisburg, and they're coming out of, I think, Destin, Sanford, and Punta Gorda for now. Soon to spread more and more, as they're getting again a really good deal on airlines that backed out, and Boeing going, how do you dim the cabin lights? Yeah. Okay. Well, I kind of know an answer to it, but I'll be honest. Um, you pretty much have to take them all the way down. Come down here to your attendant page. Third page. And here's your cabin light brightness. Now, funny thing is, it's on auto. What the heck does that mean? I can't find it in the manuals. But you can run the numbers down They do somewhat dim at night, but I was waiting for you on this. Okay, come down here to your radios. It'll be on even the A321. Matter of fact, even the A330 if you have that. Click the ATT button and make a phone call to AT&T and they'll do it for you. No, seriously. Sorry, I couldn't resist that one. Euchre, when I was in Minneapolis or Milwaukee, had a great thing in his baseball broadcasts. Anyway, so you come down here. Here's your radio. Click ATT, where you would set your passengers. You could also work the doors. Here, I'll show you. There's the passengers. And then the lights. So you can open up the right and the left side doors, set the passenger count here, as well as the brightness. Now, when you do this, as we learned in Sanford, once you're done, click call over here, or you may not get out on the radios. Now, I've done them. Auto does not seem to dim them at night, but you could down on that lower level. I'm going to check over here. ISCS. Because usually what's there, you can find somewhere in here. Usually. Did I say the word usually? Just making sure. I don't think you can do it from over here. How do you? Okay, let me go back. What you would have to do. I'm about to go play with the A3. How do you get here? All right. What you got to do is first open up here ToLiss. Head over to aircraft. Enable ISCS in EFB. Click that on. And if you haven't, I do this just to help me out. For a second there, I thought I saw the lights. And that'll put it into your EFB. All the ToLiss aircraft now have this ability. I can't speak for the A340 because I don't have it. So you can do a lot of this now. You don't have to open up that big box, basically, unless you're outside and you want to toggle stuff to see it work, like the catering trucks, the loaders, because the A330 actually uses appropriate loaders. I guess the A321s and all are right with the baggage loaders. But anyway, let's get set up for landing. But anyway, that's how you do that. So there's a lot of cool stuff in this thing. The one I have been trying so hard to do is get back to where the ACCHE system's working. Problem is, one, this time of the day, finding controllers up is next to, it's kind of like that dentist pulling teeth. You just don't find them. You just don't want them. And they're not there in the US. Now, if I go over to Europe, they are. And they actually do use it. I'm going to try, I want to find someone to help me with it. So when I actually go live over in Europe here in a week or two, I can use it along with voice. Because some areas, that might be the way to go. And of course, get the Hoppy one working so I can get my gate assignments from American and Piedmont and all that good stuff. But that's through the airlines, not the this version of the ACCHEs is not capable of that yet. I don't even know if it ever will. But if you go to the Hoppy site, you can download that ACCHE system and it will connect you up so that if you do fly for Virtual American, you can get your gate assignment through it. Or like me, just go, I'm going to that gate. It's closest. It's in a better position to watch everyone else land. So there you have it, folks. Great airplane. This ToLiss the A319-2021 series is phenomenal. Add the A330 that ToLiss has put in here. They are just flat out awesome. The radio system that's in that A330, I'm not sure what it's called to be able to make sure you always have it on, but wow, I love that radio system. And because basically the reason I like it so much, this is awesome, don't get me wrong, but it incorporates your TCAS. Did it have the radar on that one or not? I can't remember. I don't think it did. But it encompassed so much into it. And all you had to do was put it right on the display. Oh, I loved it. So, and then they had another FMC right here, but it was set up for ADS, ADS, so you could see who the traffic was around you. I love that plane, the A330. I hope to fly it a lot more. I hate to say this to you guys that love the Boeings. They're great. You'll see the 767s with both Sim Air Force and FedEx a lot. But I'm going to tell you, I love flying these Airbuses. They are just flat out really well done by ToLiss and well worth the money you spend. I've had some people, oh, I'm going to wait and see if this place does it for free. They're not going to be to this level free. Very few. Zibo is probably the only one that would take an airplane to that level of sophistication, but yet they are, and this is where PMDG has an up on them, but it's the only up. They have the working ACCHE system, where we have limited in Zibo, but everything else is free in the plane, so that kind of trumps it. So, all right. Enough from me. Let's get to flying. Let's get to our destination. Well, I can't do much about that. It's an hour and a half away. So enjoy the ride, folks. And I'm going to go get some water and try and calm this cough down a little bit. So I will be right back. I'm going to get some music running in the background and go from there. All right. Hey, Matt, to answer your question a few minutes ago, no, I have not. I probably should figure out how to load them and get them running so they're available. I mean, I have toyed with joining Southwest Virtual, so I'm going to have to fly 700s then. So, but no, I have not flown them so far. I'm pretty happy with the Zebo, which I know they pretty much are to a degree. Um, but no, the answer is I have not flown them. And yes, I have heard they're amazing from a couple of other people that do fly them. To include you, it sounds like. All right, who put all these clouds up here? FF has just announced they're going to add more engine options to their version 2. Ooh. Cool. I would like to get into their 777. My fear, and I don't mean to be a Debbie Dowder. Is that right? Anyway, my fear flying their A350 or 350-900, the problems I keep running across. And granted, I know they're working on a version 2 for that, possibly with ToLiss. Oh, praise the Lord if it is with ToLiss. But that's my fear. A lot of little issues that aren't being addressed that kind of make me very nervous to sink the money into the 777. But I do like it, and that's great. They're adding more options. To see, they had GE, Rolls-Royce, and Pratt's. I think they may not have had Rolls, but I'd like to also see the freighter. Oh, they do have Rolls. Okay. I didn't know that. I couldn't remember. And I'm going, and sorry, folks, it's back to the FSX days with PMDG, flying the 777 there, and I flew it a lot. It just, flight factor makes me nervous here of late, and to sink money into them. Now, before I go too far into the Debbie Dowder, let me say this much. There's 767 that I've had from pretty much day one. Yeah, I saw they are making a 777 freighter. There's 767, which I've had pretty much from when I started X-Plane 11 back in 2020. Has never failed me. It when they put the beta out for X-Plane 12, from then on, that plane has been rock solid. Are there things I'd like to see changed in it? Yes, but I'm scared if they change it, then I'm going to run into the issues I've had with their Airbus and their A359 and or 350-900. Sorry. That aircraft has been amazing for them, to me at least. Now, I know some of you out there may say differently, but I did not go for the 400. I stayed with the 200, 300 freighter version that I have, and that thing has been rock solid through every beta change, always on track. So that helps me, comforts a little bit. Do I get the 777? But then I look at what's happened with the Airbus 320 and the A350, and that's when I get that, oh, do I really want to? I get that Captain Sim fear. And so that's why I have not pulled the trigger. All right, so Matt just chimed in. For those that can't see the chat room, his philosophy on flight factor: Airbus don't sink the money into it with them. I'll have to agree until I see what they do with the A350. Unfortunately, I've already bought the A320 from the original, from 11. Um, if it's Boeing, you can trust it'll be good, a good product from them. Okay, well, I'm going to talk with, I'm going to take you for sure on that, but I want to talk to a couple of other guys I know, make sure they're saying the same things. Yeah, if you want well, yeah, Airbus, you go with ToLiss. That's hands down. However, if you fly for American Virtual or Piedmont Virtual or United, that group under the Fusion Airlines, I think it is. Anyway, you got to fly flight factor if you want to fly the A320 because Neos aren't around them. So, but yeah, I want to hear theirs as well because I do trust yours there, Matt. Like I said, I've come close to pulling the trigger on it. I just haven't here of late. Uh, things are just so tight in our household. I can't pull the trigger. But hopefully things will change here soon, and maybe freeing up a little bit. Even the money coming in on the stream is still keeping it tight. So, um, hang on a second. There we go. So, but yeah, I'm definitely wow, wow. That's saying a lot right there, Matt. He wishes Flight Factor would bring the 767 and 757 to the level of the 777. I'll tell you another one I have been looking at is the 757. But again, right now there's really not going to be much purchasing until employment comes my way. So it's pretty rough right now. So all right, so we are on our way. Uh-oh, ET. Oh, there it is. Hour and 17 minutes to Peoria. I've heard you and several other people looking forward to the Airfoil Labs 737 Max. I'm not, I don't know yet. I really don't. I'm going to have to wait and see it. I've heard a lot of negatives on airfoil. I've also seen what looks like a really good product out of them so far. And I will be totally honest to the audience here. I really don't know a lot about the 737 Maxes other than all the problems they've had. Um, Hence why this company is buying them up, because they're literally just sitting there, um, not going to where they were intended. So, all right, let me take a look here. Is there anyone going to... Where the heck am I? Oh, right over... Oh, yeah, I can sure see that. We're right over Atlanta. Can't you see it? Oh, actually, yeah, I can. Hey, look, there's an I think there's an airport like right below us. Anyway, that might be Peachtree over there. There's Atlanta. Hard to see, but I'm pretty sure through the clouds there is Atlanta International. Whole bunch of traffic down below us. We're comfortably flying above. And for those that were in the break, we were looking down. We are flying over Atlanta, Georgia right now, otherwise known as Hot Atlanta in the summer. In the winter, it can get quite chilly. Some of the coldest mornings I ever woke up to was to a rail car place out east. I can't think of the name of the town, but anyway, oh my gosh, you get into those valleys. Whew, I never thought 40 degrees could feel so cold. And up here on the north side too. Kind of like West Virginia's hollers. Whew. Yeah, but only problem with West Virginia is once the snow starts, they never know how to stop the snow. Oh my goodness. I think from November to March, there was never a day I drove I-64 through Charlietown, down to Beckley, I think it was Beckley, and then out towards Richmond, and it didn't snow. Like, what the? So, fun time so in the truck. Oh, man. They say the good old days. Not really. Anyway. Nope, not Charlie, West Virginia. I'm actually born in San Bernardino, California, and a military brat. So I've lived all over. If any place I have to call home, I think I would call it now St. Louis. Just because as a child, we came through this base twice. And then I came back and for the most part stayed. But yeah, I am not from Charleston. Now, my mom, uh, she was across the river in Ohio, Athens County. So, and you may know it better as Ohio University. I actually went there and drank myself right out. Charlie, West is your home. Wow. Yeah, I remember we flew some approaches in there before an X-plane scenery update. Ooh, those power lines. Dang. It's like you're going to have to come in like you do St. Bart's to get in on that runway. But they have since fixed that. So enjoy everyone going into Charleston, Yeager Airport. That was actually the same kind of issue at Salzburg at the same time. A lot of cell phone towers were right up on the approach end, and you literally had to do a St. Bart's style nosedive in to get in there. But they fixed it. Oh my gosh, that's something that's got to get on my list, Salzburg. So, because they've updated it yet again. And I need to get out there and see. And we have flown Barra a second time on stream only. We did not upload it yet to YouTube. I ought to, just to see if the music gets through. The music that I want to use made it, however long that stream was. I don't know if YouTube will take it. And we may just do a third flight into there for the heck of it. It shows you don't want to go in there at high tide. For those not familiar with it, EGPR, hang on, Barra, B-A-R-R-A, airport in Scotland, is an airport where the runway's here one moment, gone the next. It's a beach. Not life's a beach. You land on a beach. You take off on a beach. And when the high tide comes in, well, you hope to not be there. And we got stuck in the muck the second time. So, anyway, I will be sitting here answering questions as I see them in the chat. I'm going to go mute and talk with the missus. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Wife's having some struggles, and all right. So Matt, I see you got the ICS on the tablet. Go to the radio, click mech. Yeah, next to ATT. Hang on, I got to get on the cockpit. There, and there you go. Wait a minute, where is it? Oh, I'm in the air. I can't do anything on there. I'm surprised we can. Oh, attended because of the. I can't open up the mechanical page while in flight. Kind of makes sense. I'm actually shocked ToLiss took it that far, and I'm shocked that they allow this much to open up on the attendant page. Oh, my chat paused. Hang on. There we go. So yeah, I'm unable to open up the mechanical page and see the all the stuff for that, which is amazing. It's just amazing what ToLiss has done. You really, now I was going to say you really don't need the ISCS, but yeah, you do. Yeah, there is a menu that pops up. Yeah, it gives you your first page for the chocks and the air units and external power, then your pushback, then fuel, then baggage loading, and then de-icing. And be careful. You make sure you click in those plus and minuses at the top. If you get it just right, on that 5th page, you'll start de-icing the plane. It is kind of funny, and it's 90 degrees outside, and it's getting de-iced. But yeah, I love that page. Like I said, I really love flying this plane. I don't care if it's the A321, A319, or the Neo A320. Love them all. They are, and I haven't flown the 19 in a while, so I thought I'd fly it. Been putting a lot of time in the A320 Neo. I like that plane a lot. Oh, I've been mean. I thought I turned that off. I'm mean to my passengers, keeping them in those seats that long. All right, we're coming up on the magical 1 hour from Peoria. I like flying sometimes into these out of the woods kind of places most people don't think of, to put that in the back of their minds as places they can fly. They actually do, I believe, have flights from Peoria to O'Hare or Midway or both, as well as the other hubs, Dallas and Memphis and such. So Atlanta and Nashville. You got to understand, Peoria, if you're not familiar with Peoria, Illinois, is the home of Caterpillar construction equipment. I've actually hauled steel into there. I'm trying to think if I hauled anything out of there. I don't think I ever hauled anything out. So that's the big thing about Peoria is Caterpillar. Cat tractors, dozers, road equipment you see, snow, there are some that do snow. Oshkosh kind of took that one, but there's some cats out there. Kitty cats. A lot of truckers love their kitty cat engines. I had one and I still like the Detroit diesel over it, even though they're no longer made. I don't know. I get the draw to the kitty cat engines. The cat engine, Caterpillar. But to me, I don't know. The Detroit diesel seemed, um, at the time, the better engine for fuel economy. It could be set up for pulling power, but that's one of those age-old issue between truckers, cat versus come apart versus Detroit's. Now they're Merlins or whatever the heck they're called. That's just an age-old issue, like other things. Like, do you like Chevys over Dodge and this and that? So Boeing versus Airbus. Get it back into our world. So, but that's what Peoria is. Their big, big thing is Caterpillar, and I've heard rumors that they may be going out. Oh, Memphis came up. I did not see them the last time I checked. 3255. And if I coughed in your ears, I am so sorry. I really try to hit that mute button. You double check. All right, and clicking over. Memphis Center, Allegiant 1200 with you, flight level 380, 100 miles south of Bowling Green.
Allegiant 1200, Memphis Center, radar contact, position as reported, welcome aboard.
Legion 1200 copies.
Memphis Center, FedEx 9900 is passing 26.8 for flight level 340.
FedEx 9900, Memphis Center, ident.
All right, I'm going to try something. Oh.
FedEx 51 Heavy, does not maintain 6,000. So maintain 6,000, thanks for doing Heavy. FedEx 9900, Memphis Center, radar contact, 45 miles northeast of Bowling Green, Peoria, level 275, call maintain, level 340.
Okay, climb and maintain 340, FedEx 9900.
Okay, that didn't work. All right, let me do one check here. It's in there. He's probably not on it. All right. All right, I'm just checking here. Yep, I don't see any American. Well, I don't think there's much up right now, but Memphis is definitely not on. Actually, they would be in the Z.
51 Heavy, turn 10 degrees right. 10 degrees right, thanks. Go ahead. FedEx 51 Heavy, just maintain 3,000. Maintain 3,000. Go ahead.
All right, where am I here? Okay, now I know where I am. All right, trying to figure out what screen I was looking at. All right, sorry I was kind of away there for a second, trying to see if I could bring on my ACCHE system. Suffice to say, if you're over in Europe, there's a good chance you're gonna find them. I saw Austria pretty much. Oh, wrong guys. All right, I saw Austria seem to have a bunch on. I'd be curious how that'll work on like across the pond. That would be really good. LOW. What's this one? Linz. I need to go there too. But yeah, Europe is wide awake right now, and there must be something going on in the
FedEx
UK.
51 Heavy, turn right heading 360. Right, 360, thanks. 51 Heavy.
Anyway, I'm just looking on VATSIM.
FedEx 51 Heavy, reduce speed, maintain 210 knots. 210 knots, thanks. 51 Heavy.
Here's a fun fact, aviation wise, that I just learned a few weeks ago. Peoria, where we're headed, besides the fact they're with Caterpillar, I already knew that, they're under St. Louis approach. If you look at their jet charts, you'll see your ATIS, your tower and ground, but next to tower is St. Louis
FedEx
approach.
1489, push the start on to Victor is approved, face nose west.
thought that was interesting. That far away from, well, we see it, it's like they consolidate all of this, and we're finding out why when.
FedEx 51 Heavy, turn left heading 270, vectors for final. Heading 270.
And there's your interesting facts. St. Louis is like 200 miles away from Peoria. Peoria should have its own approach. Let's be honest, Springfield, those airports should have their own. But the shortage that's unreported in the press is the cause. They're being gobbled up like corporations. Which then puts more stress in. Like I said, it's really vivid when you go to Florida. The amount of delays you take there from air traffic control.
FedEx 900 Memphis Center, descend via the Blues 5 arrival, Memphis landing south, Memphis altimeter 296.
So, anyway,
Okay,
hopefully there's an end in sight
copy,
to it.
Blue 5 arrival for FedEx 9900 per flight plan.
FedEx 9900 descend via, that means meet the altitude restrictions on the arrival chart there.
Roger that. Descend via the Blue 5 arrival. Roger that. FedEx 9900.
FedEx 51 Heavy, turn left heading 210, intercept the visor. 210, intercept the visor, away. FedEx 51 Heavy.
So, anyway, kind of put some perspective out there. I'm not going to sit here and blame.
51 Heavy, you are 5 miles from Ronnie, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS, runway 18 left approach.
Just saying where some issues need to be addressed and have been needed for several years. It's one of those they like to sweep under the carpet. All right, let's take a look here. We're 50 minutes out. So enjoy the music and love to chat with y'all as we continue on to Peoria.
FedEx 51 Heavy, 1220 at 8, gusting 17, runway 18 left, clear to land. 18 left, FedEx 51. Allegiant 1619, you are leaving my airspace. Kansas City Center's offline. Radar service is terminated. Frequency change approved. Good day.
Oh, good. I was going to say, whoa.
Allegiant 1619, Memphis Center. Correction, American 1619, Memphis Center. You are leaving my airspace. Kansas City Center's offline. Radar service is terminated. Frequency change approved. Good day.
Oh, I was going to say, wait a minute. I'm going to be going into Indianapolis, I think.
In American 1619, are you on frequency?
Oh, I see a place I haven't been into in a while. I may have to set flight up to there, too.
FedEx 1489, runway 18 center, taxi via Victor, Sierra, Bravo, cross runway 27 on Sierra.
Runway 18 center, via Victor, Sierra, Bravo, cross runway 27, Sierra, FedEx 1489.
Memphis Center, good afternoon. Smoke 9080 Heavy is over Jasper County, and we are flight level 340. Smoke at 9080 Heavy, Memphis Center. Set transponder, smoke 5571. 5571 in the box for Smoke 9080 Heavy. Last aircraft calling at center second.
Just wind speed one more time. Go ahead.
FedEx 51 Heavy 1220 at 8 gusting 17.
Thanks so much.
Memphis Center, good afternoon. Lufthansa 440 Heavy, level 400 inbound PAINN B.
Lufthansa 440 Memphis Center, radar contact. Position as reported, flight level 400. Welcome.
Confirm staying 400.
All right, sorry, folks.
440, would you like
Wife's
level
having a
440,
really
or do you,
bad day
want
with the university, and
Negative, if you'd like to stay.
not sure how and where to proceed, and how I
Maintaining 400, 440.
don't even know how to help. So, although I'm available for a job.
Delta 2070 Memphis Center, ident.
Although I would need a lot of training as finance. Oh my goodness. That could be scary. But anyway, we are over Bowling Green. And I'll be honest,
1489 Memphis Center, 1220 at 8 gusting 17.
we should be getting a handoff here in a moment.
Center, cleared for takeoff.
I'm not sure I'm one.
Handoff back.
FedEx 14, actually the correction is run out to gate X. Sorry about that.
I'm at the data 1490.
FedEx 51 Heavy, welcome to Memphis. Make the left on Hotel, taxi via Hotel Yankee Victor to the FedEx ramp. You can cross runway 18 left and runway 27 on Hotel and Yankee.
Stand by. What's the 18?
Originator, report lower.
Legion 93 at pilot's discretion. This is maintain 11,000. Stand by. I'll get you the altimeter here in a second.
No worries, we have 8 Juliet, Gun 1000, Legion 93.
And Legion 93, the Knoxville altimeter 3000.
Legion 93.
It's getting a little busy here. Looks like some action up towards Milwaukee.
FedEx 1489 Memphis Center, radar contact, say altitude.
Altitude?
FedEx 1489 9, call maintain 16,000.
Maintain 16,000, FedEx 14.
Delta 2070, Memphis Center, radar contact 30 miles southwest of the Pocket City VOR, level 330. And Delta 2070, recycle transponder, squawk 4103.
4103, Delta 2070.
Allegiant 1200, you're leaving my airspace, ND center is offline, radar services terminated, frequency change approved, good day.
Thanks for the ATC, Allegiant 1200. Over to Unicom. Have a good one.
The FedEx 51 is going to be Yankee.
All right. We've been released. Some call it the dark side. I don't. I just call it Unicom. And we continue on. All right, now I heard something and I'm trying to track him down. I'm not seeing it. Oh well. All right, so we are 40 minutes out of Peoria. A lot of great stuff. Just very interesting that St. Louis approach covers them. They've gobbled up a lot of territory. Maybe they're going to go for Chicago. St. Louis approach, like the land 28 Center O'Hare. That would be hilarious. All right, so we're continuing on. Next up is Alpha X-Ray Charlie. I know this one. Why can't I put it? Adair's. Okay. Well, I hope, I don't want to say it too loud. I hope the internet has been fixed. So let's just get into this arrival. It's a pretty simple one. That way those of you here get to see what we've got planned. Let's bring charts in here real quick. All right, so there are no arrivals, stars, standard terminal arrival routes into Peoria. Okay, currently we're looking, as of 9 minutes ago, 280 at 11 knots the wind. Now they have a clear sky. We were actually starting to wonder if we were coming in VFR or IFR. Now it's clear. However, it's 6 degrees, 43 degrees, so it's actually warmed up quite a bit from when we first took off. That's cool. However, like I've said, not being the one to say it first, because I've actually heard it on other areas, there is talk of snow in our area here in St. Louis, accumulating snow Sunday night or Monday night, somewhere in that 24-hour period it starts. So now is the time to get your supplies for French toast. You know, your eggs, your bread, and your milk. Anyway, I don't know what Peoria is. They've actually got what looks like some precipitation hanging north of them, up in the Iowa I-80 area, if you're familiar with interstates. Okay, so we're planning, as you can see, the ILS to runway 31. Our transition, or VIA, as Airbus will call it, is direct to the ILS. We're not taking the Ninic transition here. We're going straight to McD. And then on to the outer marker, which is our initial fix, which I never get this understood. I would think your initial fix, but then your initial approach fix. What the heck's the difference? That's the same words, just add one. So I don't get it, but hey. But anyway, here's what it looks like for those curious. It's a Jeppesen chart. I think the most informative for those learning and flying in instruments. I, as a private pilot, I enjoyed having charts like this, that it just helped back me up getting onto the right runway or whatever, if it was available. But anyway, again, St. Louis approach. See it right up there. Wow, that's amazing. Peoria Tower and ground. Localized. So by the way, that will be most likely our common traffic frequency unless something comes up. There's our localizer. There's our final approach course, 309, right below them. Our outer marker or initial approach fix, which is tongues PI, we need to be at 2,350 feet MSL. MSL is that which is found right here. I think right here. Your radar altimeter, which is what is in parentheses, will be here. Up here, we'll set our minimums for what we'll take, to see it. But right here, you'll see the radar altimeter, usually below 3,000 feet. Next up on the chart are conditional decision altitudes and heights. 850 MSL, again, that's your altimeter. 200 in brackets is above the ground. By the way, your METARs are all above the ground cloud settings. Okay, now if you look at the chart, sorry, I was doing some things with the music. Missed approach, you can read, have been if you haven't been. But yeah, 200 feet is what we'll come down to if we see the runway environment. We continue. If we don't, we go around. Okay, there's the approach again to McKinney and then in. Expecting a Molitor, no Pappies it's showing. And I'm thinking we're going to be right about 700 knots for our descent without a glide slope. Minimums for this approach, 200 AGL half mile or an RVR of 24 RVR 18 if you got your autopilot, flight director, or a HUD. So we can go down as low as 18. All right, that's our approach, folks. Now, once we're on the ground, our parking, which is amazing, they don't show that here. Parking spot 10, which is about right here. So we'll come in on 3-4, hopefully off at Echo 4 or Echo 5, taxi back, Tango to the ramp. No, there are no parking charts, which is weird. But that happens, so. Top of descent is right ahead of us. That's that lovely hockey stick ahead of us. On here it says we are 50 miles, 60 miles out. So let's go ahead, set this up. Okay, we are planning 3-1. Just looking at our 280 at 11, 30:05, 16 minutes ago. Looks good, 1954. All right. So basically, copy paste. 30.05. Temperature there, SHRKS. Wind 280. And we said we'll go with 200. All right, so we're looking at 130 for our approach speed, 123 for landing. We'll see how all that translates. Everything's set up to this. By the way, it was a 10,000 foot runway. So we're gonna, if we land like we're supposed to, we should have about 6,300 feet of runway. We'll see. All right, we're approaching top of descent. Enjoy. All right. All right, we're in our descent, and winds have been updated, and we are descending to 3,000 feet. So enjoy as we head on into Peoria now. Peoria, Illinois, for those that may not know where that is. All right, let me check a couple of things here. All right, we are looking at okay, looks like we can go direct. All right. Okay, from the break here, hopefully we'll be on final and everybody can watch. So welcome in. Thank you for being a part of Flying with Mike, and hope you enjoy this approach as we descend into Peoria. Adders is ahead, AXC, and then McKitty, and the initial approach fix for 3-1 into Peoria. Okay, another weather check. 280 at 11, clear. 3005. Okay. So again, I hope y'all are having or have had or will have a fantastic Friday Eve. That's what I like to call Thursday. I heard that from somebody several months ago. I really like that. I like that. You know, we have Christmas Eve, we have New Year's Eve, we have, why not Friday Eve? Hey, many of you like to go out, celebrate on Fridays? Friday Eve. It's Thursday. And then the weekend, of course. So, you know, hope you all have a great one. We are planning yet another flight on this stream. So stick around afterwards. We're not going to shut the stream down. Only parts of what I'm doing will get shut down. Hopefully, if I do it right this time. And we'll restart it. And that's for our YouTube followers. So we'll get 2 videos out of this, hopefully. All right, I'm going to go ahead, step up here. All right, it's time for some lights, seatbelts, and flight attendants, prepare for landing, please. Okay, we're about 15 minutes out, so. Another look at the A319 out of ToLiss. Now, if you look at the stuff here, let's actually switch into LS constraints. We now have our ILS frequency. 1099, we're way too far out for it to tune in. However, let's look at this. I'm going to go ahead and turn constraints off, go back on airport. So you can see the airports. There's Springfield, Decatur, uh, uh, Bloomington, Illinois, and then here's over here Peoria. Now, that squiggly line is where the dot should be pretty close to being in between these. That's where we want it on an Airbus descent. Now, the hockey stick you see up here by McKenty, that's where we'll be at 3,000 to sell about 5 or 10 miles prior. We'll put the speed brakes up and start slowing soon. So kind of give you a little idea what you're looking at here. You might see something that says ETP on an Airbus. That's to tell you that's the equal time point. So from that specific point in the sky, it's the equal amount of time to get to your destination as it is to go back. Planning purposes if you have a problem. All right, and you can see now we've steepened our descent and about ready to put her into the altimeter for the transition level. I actually had a controller not happy with me that I set my transition level early. He said, don't set that yet, not yet. Because he could tell my altitude difference changed. And what that... Oh, sorry for coughing in your ears like that. It just, above 18,000 feet in the U.S., it puts everybody on the same numbers. Below it will have a variance depending on what your actual altimeters are. Over in Europe, it could be as low as 3,000 feet. So it's really kind of important during VATSIM times, like from, say, I'll just say from noon till about 6 o'clock. In that time frame, they're up hot and heavy. And check their ATISes, because those things can change from city to city as well as country to country. Here in North America, it's pretty much 18,000, except for some places in Mexico and obviously out in the Caribbean. When it starts flashing, we've crossed that and click. Okay, we are now set to the local altimeter and descending to 3,000. Oh, so I hope you've enjoyed this 2-hour flight. I think it's like an hour and 55 minutes. But I hope you've enjoyed it from Sanford all the way over here to Peoria. It's actually been quite fun, quite informative. We've had some great people aboard Matt 1997 Air. We've got some great people out there right now. We'll keep you guys kind of quiet. But we'd love to hear from you. And love to see your predictions as we draw closer and closer to Peoria. And yes, we have reached 10 minutes out. And yeah, Illinois is flat as a board. almost. Not as bad along Interstate 55 when you come off the bluff south of Cape Girardeau, all the way to Memphis and down beyond that towards Tunica, Mississippi, and a good 50 miles into Arkansas to the Mississippi. It's flat as a board, folks. There is nothing. The biggest mountain is the overpass of an interstate. There is a hill, Paragould, but oh my gosh, is it flat. Same as Oklahoma. Holy mackerel. You get south of Wichita, Kansas going down, Tulsa going in. Oh my gosh, it's so flat out there. And why you can see so many tornadoes out there. It's just unbelievable. It's just nothing. It's just unreal. I unloaded at a place outside of Dover, Oklahoma. I looked out and went, oh my God. He goes, yeah, those buttes, which are mountains to some of us, 60 miles away. I'm like, that's pushing horizon stuff that I knew, but I'm like, holy mackerel. No wonder you guys can see tornadoes so far. So anyway, kind of interesting. And I know you guys have that stuff in Europe and in your areas. It's always interesting to learn these things. And a lot of that I learned in the truck. By the way, Dover, Oklahoma, aforementioned. Anyone know who's from there? Kind of famous. But first, Oscar Gunay 3 checking in with a follow. Thank you so much. We sure appreciate you. Hope to see you on future flights. And just an aside, just to let you know, hang around. There'll be another flight after this one headed to Nashville. So, but thank you for the follow. The answer to that little question I gave, like I said, little fame, person out of famous for Dover, Oklahoma, Garth Brooks. He wrote a song. I can't remember the actual name, but the lyrics have in it "stuck in Dover." Now, I always thought when I heard that song, he was talking about being stuck in Dover, Delaware, which that's a bad place anyway to be stuck in. But anyway, yeah, he was talking Dover, Oklahoma, where he was. I did not know that back then. When I delivered to Dover, oh my gosh, did I learn very quickly. He means a little something to that town. Signs everywhere. Garth Brooks here, Garth Brooks there. So it was quite an interesting thing. All right, and that brought us into where we're below 10,000 and heading for the ILS. Okay, we've got the ILS tuned in. Now we can see, again, it's automatic in the Airbuses. 737s, you have to dial it in. 767, you dial it in. But the 747-400s and above, 777s, that I believe is automated. But yeah, we're about to hit the ILS here, and I will switch over now to common traffic. I think it was 124. According to my chart, yeah, 124. Okay, we're ready there for when I'm ready to hand it. And double checking. Ooh. Could have some storms to deal with down in Nashville. All right, that precipitation looks like trying to wander in. Let me check. Maybe not. We'll see. We had that kind of scare into Darwin, Australia a couple days ago. It was for naught. So we'll see here. And let me get that latest weather. 45 minutes, still hasn't changed. All right. Again, if you want to put a prediction in for this landing, exclamation mark, the word predict, a space and a negative number. And then once we get on the ground parked, talk to flight out, we'll begin to turn around for Nashville. Normally, Allegiant would go right back where it came from. Normally, or maybe on to another place, come back to where they were, and then go back. They call it a triangle. I know, doesn't look like a triangle, but they call it a triangle. Ooh, what is this we're going over? Let's take a look at this. See how it looks. We may have to go this route. Oh, it's just a neighborhood. I thought it was like an airport. Oh, well. All right. So we are approximately 8 miles from the fix. Let's go ahead. Prepare to slow it down. Okay, looks like localizer and glide slopes alive. Here we go. Unless I can see the runway, we're going to hook up to the ILS until we got it in sight. And then we'll make the call along the way down. But again, Oscar Gunay 003, welcome aboard. Below 230 knots, we can put the first notch of flaps out. We're going to wait till we intercept. Then we're going to slow to 160. Wondering if that's I-155. Huh. All right, here we go. About to make the turn. Peoria common traffic frequency Allegiant 1200, MICT, initial fix for the ILS runway 31. I think I got the runway in sight, but let's make sure. Also, everyone remember, when you operate in the U.S., Canada, Mexico, and the Caribbean for now, I don't know of anywhere else, you got to use common traffic. If it's not on your chart, and that includes the airports, little dinky ones with just general aviation, they actually have a common traffic frequency too. .CTAF, and then the four-letter identifier, four-character identifier. And Oscar Gane, this is X-Plane 12 with the latest beta in place. All right, let's get flaps 3. Let's get flaps 4. I think we all see the runway. And here the comment, and usually I'll give you a hint, tower. Tower is the frequency. However, when you get to an O'Hare, Minneapolis, those with a lot, .CTAF space and the 4 identifier. Peoria traffic, Allegiant 1200 at the initial fix 3-1. And that's the outer marker. I think I might take over. Let's get the cabin notified to get rid of all of those marks. Okay, and all green, gear 3 green, brakes medium, spoilers armed, flaps full, ready to land. About 5 miles out. My airplane. Again, there's no pappies on this runway according to the aeronautical chart. Winds are 285 at 13. The airplane's crabbing pretty good. Descending a little. Let me pull that nose. Get back on track. Now, right now, I do not have my hands on the throttle. I want to adjust it, and that it happens automatically in Airbus. Peoria traffic, Allegiant 1200, 3 mile final, 3-1.
Above. 200. Minimum. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Whoa, what's going on here? Okay, we'll come off at Echo 3. Peoria traffic, Allegiant 1200's off 3-1. Add Echo 3 to the terminal. All right, we said Tango. And now we're in, according to this airport rendition, the non-movement area. We don't have to talk to the tower now. Or ground, as it would be. Just looking at the ramp, you want to make sure those parking brakes are set. All right, we are in the blocks. Parking brake confirmed. Brake fan coming on. I didn't turn that on. Bleed on. And then we'll want to hit mechanical, get those chocks under this plane quickly. Maybe. Go ahead. Oh, come on. All right, welcome in. And then with the chocks in place, let's pay attention and make sure it doesn't start to roll. And that'll allow our brakes to cool. All right, welcome in, folks. All right, the beacon off, seatbelts off. Let's take a look at this, shall we? Give it a couple seconds and you'll start seeing the things all opening up here. We'll start with the back, work our way forward. So it should start here, then the door, then here. Interesting setup. It kind of looks like a place I know. So we'll see if that's what turns out. It's still under construction. So. All right. So for the airline, 275 feet a minute. Okay. I mean, I'll buy it. It felt like a little bit of a thump on the landing, but that's a good landing. We'll take it. And it is pending. Okay, good. All right, now let's move on. Hang on a second while I'm out here. Now, I only use this out here because it makes it easier. And we'll get our trucks in. Even though technically we probably wouldn't, but you never know. All right, let's see what we see. All right, and again, the leveling foot, everything is so cool here. All right, let's look at Elevatech. You may not know of Elevatech unless you've got some people you're talking with. It's in alpha, maybe beta. I can't ever keep up with them. But anyway, they got us at, looks like 272 and 120 knots. That's actually not bad, actually, speed-wise. So 272, 120, and 1.3 Gs. Overall, that's not bad. We were shooting for 123, so we were in the ballpark. I think I chopped the power just a tad bit early. But anyway, not bad. But the one we go off of that I still prefer, Sim Toolkit. 184, not because they're nice to us on this one. Usually they're pretty aggressive, and usually these numbers are higher. So anywhere between 180 and 230 is what we landed at feet per minute at 120 knots, 1.3 or 4 Gs. Not bad. So you can see the route. Let's complete it. All right, there you have. We just click Sanford. Now, if you ever want to come back and look at every flight you've done here, if you want to go back and look at that first one, once you get in here, you'll be on your dashboard. Just navigate to your logbook. Look for it. We'll do this one since that's the one we just did. Kind of shows you the route. Pretty decent. All right, about 2 hours, 40 minutes flying time or aircraft time, 826 miles, 5,400, call it 5,500 kilograms of fuel. Again, approximately 1.4 Gs on the landing, 184 feet a minute at 120 knots. everybody out there, Volanta, Elevatech, any flight track program shows that. Here's where I think SimTel Toolkit excels. Two areas. Right here with this landing report. If you're out there, oh my gosh, I thought I did. If you're out there trying to improve your landings, you need numbers, and of course you can always replay and look at what you did wrong. I already know why I was a little slow, but look at this. What have I been telling you? What do we aim for? The aiming point on the runway, these big, bold marks. US, they're approximately 1,000 feet down the runway. They end at about 1,100, 1,200 feet. Nailed it right in the middle. Look at that. And right on the center line. To me, right there, great landing. That's a great landing. Add to it 184 feet a minute. Now, if you do that in a Cessna, that may not be a good thing. Just telling. Just letting you know. But anyway, just numbers look good. All around, a really good landing. So, and then again, just so you know, we're parked right here. So, just a great landing. So, all right. So I am going to take a break. We're also going to let her shut the video side of this down. The stream will still run. So hang tight with me, folks. About 5 minutes or so. We are going to take a break. Let our, wind it out like we would normally for YouTube. And then we'll start it back up when we're ready. We'll be talking to you after we shut down the YouTube side. So, but hang on. For those on YouTube, first off, thank you so much for your following. If you are there, we would love for you to smash that subscribe button and thumbs up if you like it. We'd really love to have you aboard. We cherish both sides of the house. Twitch, that's where we live stream. YouTube, that's where we pretty much archive all our flights. So you can go back and look at things way back. So I really, truly appreciate both sides of the house, Twitch and YouTube. I hope you all enjoyed this flight. I hope you all get out there and fly on the sims. That's my big mission here, is to help get you off and get you flying, which I know means I may not see. After landing, is it possible for you to show me around the cockpit? Of course I will, Oscar Gane. I'm going back, checking my chat for anything I missed. I did, but where is it? There it is. So for now, we're going to, like I said, make it look like we're leaving. We're not, Twitch. We'll still be here. We're just ending it for the YouTube video, and then we'll talk to you a little bit, and then we'll start up like we're starting so that YouTube gets a good start. All right, so God bless you all. And remember, but as for you, from 2 Chronicles out of the Bible, be strong. Do not give up, for your work will be rewarded. Great verse of the day we had from YouVersion. And go to 2 Chronicles, read up on the historical back in front of it of King Asa of Judah. So again, as for you, be strong, do not give up, for your work will be rewarded. So for now, you all have a great day. Twitch we'll stay with you. YouTube will have another video for you going to Nashville. See you all soon.